Hey guys, this is the first episode of my unboxing and reviewing of fishing lures. I want to start getting into doing more fishing content because that's my favorite hobby along with filmmaking and photography. So this is the first one, and I want to start off by saying that this video has not been sponsored in any way by any company. I mean, this is all me. I made the purchase from Warbaits and bought all of these because I love these jig heads for fishing in the marshes of Louisiana. And I'm going to explain why, and I'm going to go through the video and show you some fish catches and how I use them. First things first, this is it, Warbaits Swimbait head. Yeah, the Warbaits Swimbait head. These, all the ones I bought are in 1/4 ounce weight. Got a few more here. Some really good colors. The reason I like these things so much is because they come with a super sharp mustad hook on them. They got a really good weed guard and awesome paint, and they swim really good when you decide to swim them. But they're probably super underrated for flipping. I use them. I flip a lot with them. Even though the tie on the end of the jig head is kind of sticking out, still works super well for flipping. Super tough paint job. Really good weed guard that's not too stiff and not too soft, and a super sharp mustad hook. The biggest drawback on these for fishing in Louisiana and the brackish marshes and like the areas I fish, a lot of brackish water where they do have some salt, or even throwing them in pure salt water, is I do find that these hooks, they will rust. They're not the same quality saltwater resistance as we're used to along the Gulf of Mexico coast, but a little bit of fresh water and you're good to go. Rinsing them off, you know, whatever. One reason I like to buy from Warbaits and I like to support companies like this is that these guys aren't a huge company, and it's something I can respect. They're putting out quality products that are, you know, for a relatively good price, that are super high quality, and you supporting small business while you're doing it. And I can appreciate the mom and pop, small time tackle companies out there doing their thing, making quality products. So if we're going to talk about the weed guard, this weed guard is, I mean, it's just soft enough. I don't have to cut it. I don't have to do any modifications. This thing works just as is. This weed guard is perfect for around here. We deal with a lot of grass in the marshes of Louisiana, and this weed guard helps your lures to come through the grass and cover a little bit better, deflects some of it out the way, stops you from hanging up a little bit, and the fish have no problem crushing through this, especially bass and redfish. It works really well as a swim jig and a flipping jig, and the paint jobs are super good. I love the paint jobs. This one's like a red. It got some really good metallic colors to it, and really distinguished eye. It helps add a little bit of flair to the bait. I'll just talk a little bit about how I rig them. I'll take this jig head, and I'm a sucker for matching colors. This is a V&G fluke style slug bait, you know, and I just simply put it on the jig head. I kind of mark it out where I want it, slide it on, and the lure keeper on here, if you don't put a skirt, if you happen to not put a skirt, the baits really stick on, but they have a super nice hooked part to keep the bait on the hook. Yeah, I'll just slide it along. Something like that works really good with a swim bait, a small swim bait, a deadly Dudley, or a matrix shad, or if you into the Mano swim baits that Warbaits is partnered up with. Those seem really solid too. I've gotten a few of them, and they really work on redfish down here. But yeah, I'm a sucker for matching colors to my jig heads. It's just something that I do. And this presentation right here, you can flip that into grass, catch some bass. You know, throw it in the marsh, jig it around, pick up some redfish, speckled trout even, flounders occasionally. Yeah, this is just the type of setup that really works. A lot of times I'll even equip it with a Zoom UV speed craw, and that really jacks the bass around here. I mean, that's a killer on the bass here. And this is another combination I like. You know, something, a little bit of chartreuse. Give it a little bit of action with one of these deadly Dudley swim baits. Throw something like that together. And get to slinging this around cover, and you'll do some damage. Again, the weed guard works great in Louisiana. Kind of keeps the grass off of them. So yeah, this setup like this is always, something like this is always tied on when I'm fishing in Louisiana. The marshes of Southeast Louisiana. So yeah, the Warbait jigs come in a lot of colors, tons of colors, and a lot of different sizes. They have everything from 1/4 ounce up to 3 ounce, I believe. I own a couple of the bigger ones, but I really haven't had a chance to use them too much. Like, let me see. Spectrum. 1/4 ounce on whatever hook, I'm not really sure, and then 3 ounce beast on a 10-aught giant mustad hook. These things are huge, super heavy, but look at the size difference. This is the spectrum they come in. This is the range. If you're in the market for new jigs, maybe give Warbaits a try. Supporting a small business. They're based out of California, but they usually ship super fast. I think you usually get your baits and your jigs in 2 or 3 days, and a little bit more pricey than, you know, going by wholesale jigs on Boss or something like that. But I feel like the quality's there, and I like to support small companies. They make a really quality product for what you're paying for. So yeah, check it out, warbaits.com. You can follow them on Instagram at Warbaits. They didn't sponsor this video at all. I'm just trying to do reviews on like tackle or lures, baits, whatever that I use in the Louisiana marshes to catch fish that really work. Yeah, hope you enjoyed episode 1 of this series, and there'll be more to come.